Liam is torn between giving their relationship another chance and focusing on his... Liam had been dating Sophia for 4 years and living with her for 3. He was head over heels in love with this vivacious journalist who volunteered at animal shelters in her free time. Their relationship was picture perfect, except for occasional trivial quarrels. But one explosive argument in November 2017 shattered their harmony. Sophia's father, Robert, a retired Army colonel, had invited Liam for a round of golf. Liam had to cancel last minute due to an advertising client emergency. That night, an irate Robert accused Liam of disrespecting him and deliberately dodging family activities. Liam was baffled. He had thrown Robert an extravagant 60th birthday bash just months ago. Sophia dismissed her dad's outburst, blaming it on too many margaritas. At the following Sunday brunch, Robert openly antagonized Liam, berating him for the missed golf date. Liam patiently placated him, promising to make amends. Sophia hinted that her dad was an avid angler, so Liam brought a top-notch fishing rod and tackles as a peace offering. Robert flatly declined the gift and stormed off. Liam was stupefied, while Sophia's mom cringed apologetically. Later, Sophia admitted Liam had been oblivious to Robert's expectations. He didn't crave friendship but demanded reverence. Liam protested his innocence, sparking a heated spat. Days later, Robert made a conciliatory call to praise the fishing gear. Thereafter, Liam walked on eggshells, never missing a single family gathering. Tragedy struck in July last year when Sophia's mom suddenly succumbed to a stroke. Liam took a sabbatical to console the devastated family. He and Sophia initiated Sunday suppers at Robert's place to keep him company. Liam left no stone unturned to organize frequent family reunions, even flying in Robert's brother for Thanksgiving. Yet his efforts to win over Robert seemed futile. While Sophia was on assignment overseas, Liam hatched an elaborate proposal plan. He would transform their loft into an aquarium with dolphin holograms forming the words, "Marry me, my mermaid," inspired by Sophia's favorite rom-com Splash. But first, Liam wanted to seek Robert's approval to honor tradition. Over a heart-to-heart luncheon, Liam earnestly conveyed his deep admiration for Robert, vowing to emulate his stellar example as a spouse and future father. Robert was furious, insisting that Sophia deserved better and that he had always disliked Liam, hoping their relationship would crumble. He accused Liam of being a phony, putting on an act to impress Sophia without genuine intentions. Liam was utterly blindsided. He fled the restaurant, leaving Robert spewing vitriol, and sought refuge at his best friend's house. Pouring his heart out to Mike and his wife, Liam was met with equal astonishment. He crashed at their place for the day, finally returning home mere hours ago. Now he finds himself at a loss, unsure whether to confess Robert's disapproval to Sophia or feign normalcy. Drowning his sorrows in Budweiser and Call of Duty, Liam desperately seeks guidance from the Reddit community. Update: Liam feels trapped in a one-sided marriage and needs advice. Writing this post is his attempt at catharsis and clarity, though he doubts there's any hope left for his union. He apologizes for any grammatical errors, as English is his second language. Liam and Sophia have been together for nearly 9 years, married for 2. Their relationship has been largely fulfilling and transformative, with both growing as individuals. As a traditionalist, Liam struggled to find a partner who shared his values and interests, until he met Sophia. The only consistent blight on their happiness has been Liam's strained relationship with Robert. The rare major fights between the couple have stemmed from conflicts with her father. Liam clarifies that he doesn't hate Robert. He respects the man's sacrifices and dedication to providing a loving upbringing for Sophia. Initially, Liam even admired him. The close-knit family dynamics, with bi-weekly gatherings at the parents' home, took Liam by surprise when he first started dating Sophia. He was so enthusiastic about these picturesque dinners filled with petty squabbles and contentment that it unnerved Sophia. Liam reserves special praise for his late mother-in-law, a saintly woman who embraced him with open arms from day one. She ensured Liam's inclusion in family activities and always saved him a seat beside her at dinner, treating him like her own child. Once, when Liam had to rush back to the city for work on a snowy evening, she insisted he borrow Robert's coat, knowing Liam's aging Chevy Impala had a broken heater. Her thoughtfulness transcended any concerns about their income disparity. Liam adored her for these maternal gestures. Liam believes his mother-in-law was the key reason Robert tolerated him initially. Her passing 4 years ago somehow altered Robert. Liam speculates that his love meter broke. Robert began treating Liam as if he had committed some unforgivable offense. Once, when Liam and Sophia were restocking groceries at Robert's house, Liam thought it would be nice to stay and cook dinner while Robert was on his evening stroll. Sophia and Liam whipped up a delightful meal of Southern comfort food. At dinner, Robert thanked Sophia. When she mentioned Liam did most of the work, Robert simply glared at him and fell silent. Another incident occurred in September 2018, when the couple was staying at Robert's place for the weekend to prepare an early family dinner. Sitting at the breakfast bar one morning, thinking Robert had already left for his daily jog, Liam playfully swatted Sophia's leg over a silly pun. Robert witnessed this and flew into a rage, accusing Liam of being an abusive, ill-mannered woman-beater. He hurled vicious insults until Sophia's younger sister intervened, dragging Robert away. Sophia insisted it was a harmless joke, but Robert refused to accept the explanation, claiming she was defending Liam. Liam recalls a time when his mother-in-law was still alive, and he bought Robert a gift which was blatantly rejected in front of the entire family. Sophia's mother, brother, sisters, their husbands, and even the elder sister's child. It was a humiliating experience for Liam, who simply wanted Robert's approval. He believes his mother-in-law eventually compelled Robert to accept the gift days later and apologize. After her passing, Robert transformed. It seemed his filter had vanished. He would seclude himself in his room, only emerging for errands and walks. He refused to watch Sunday football with Liam anymore, complaining that he was too chatty. Robert wouldn't allow Liam to make repairs around the house, despite Liam practically living there and having done extensive work in the past. Liam's friends speculated that Robert resented him for being too close to his late wife, which Liam finds absurd. She was a nurturing presence in his life, and he can't fathom why that would infuriate Robert, given that she treated everyone with kindness, a trait Sophia inherited, sometimes to a fault. Liam's mother-in-law often joked that she had 4 sons, her biological son, her 2 sons-in-law, and Liam. So it wasn't as if Liam had an inappropriately close bond with her. Liam has discussed this at length with Sophia, but she insists his relationship with her mother is unrelated to Robert's animosity. As the youngest daughter, Sophia treats her father with immense love and respect. Early in their relationship, Robert's behavior wasn't a pressing issue. By the time it escalated, Liam and Sophia were too deeply committed for him to end things over this. The rest of Sophia's family seems to adore Liam. Her sisters frequently invite him over for casual lunches, fancy dinners, and favors. They all treat him like one of their own. Liam has approached the eldest sister about Robert's apparent hatred, but she maintains that he doesn't hate Liam. She explains that Robert has always been a tough man to please and loves his youngest daughter fiercely. Liam concedes there's truth to this. On a typical day, Robert tolerates him more than his other sons-in-law. However, they reside in different cities or states, while Liam and Sophia live in the same neighborhood, so Robert sees him more frequently. Liam suspects this constant proximity fuels some of Robert's resentment. In the devastating aftermath of Liam's mother-in-law's passing, the family was engulfed in grief. A few days after the funeral, as everyone prepared to depart, Liam and Sophia were sorting through. After Liam's mother-in-law's funeral, as everyone was preparing to leave, Liam and Sophia were going through some of her belongings. They found old photo albums filled with cherished memories of family vacations, holidays, and milestones. Flipping through the pages, Liam was struck by how joyful and united they all looked, especially in the pictures from his and Sophia's wedding. It was a bittersweet realization, considering the current state of his relationship with Robert. These days, Liam and Sophia alternate weekends between their own home and Robert's place, where Sophia's brother and his family join for dinner. The only person in Sophia's family who seems to sympathize with Liam is her older sister, who believes Robert has mistreated him. She has visited the couple twice in the past year, and those were the only times Liam felt any warmth from his in-laws. It's a stark contrast to just 2 years ago, when Liam felt embraced by a large, loving family. Now he finds himself increasingly isolated and lonely with each passing month. Liam can't shake the feeling that their marriage has taken a turn for the worse. It's been over 2 months since he and Sophia have been intimate, and even longer since they've had a proper date night. Liam is at a complete loss on how to salvage their relationship. As he writes this post, he realizes it has grown much longer than intended. He had to alter some minor details to avoid his in-laws discovering the post on Reddit and being hurt by his candid thoughts. In a mini-update, Liam reveals he has decided to initiate divorce proceedings as he no longer wishes to remain in this unhappy marriage. Fast forward to December 17th. After receiving messages requesting an update, Liam decides to post here rather than reply individually. He has spent the past month delving into self-help books and attempting to communicate with Sophia, but ultimately realized they simply don't function as a couple anymore. Liam no longer feels like a priority in Sophia's life, and he's not willing to accept that. In November, he consulted his lawyer and began the divorce process. It has been an incredibly stressful period, especially with the backlash from nearly all of Sophia's family. However, Liam is determined to prioritize his own well-being and recover from this toxic relationship. He expresses gratitude to those who offered support in his previous posts. Update 2, October 26th. Liam, M35, and his now ex-wife Sophia, F33, recently reconnected after she went through a difficult breakup. Liam wonders if it's misguided to consider reconciling with Sophia, given how lonely he has been. While the full context of their divorce is too lengthy to detail here, the crux of the issue was Liam's inability to get along with Sophia's family, particularly her father, who always despised Liam and once told him Sophia deserved better. For more insight into Liam's relationship with Robert, refer to his previous posts. After the divorce, Liam lost not only his wife, but also the tight-knit family and friends he had gained through Sophia. As an immigrant, Liam relied heavily on these connections and struggled with intense loneliness after they were severed. The COVID lockdown only exacerbated the situation, completely cutting off communication with Sophia's side of the family. Liam attempted to date again, but found the current dating scene drastically different from 15 years ago. He struggled to find someone he truly connected with, and the one promising long-term prospect was significantly younger. Liam didn't mesh well with her friends, and they weren't thrilled with him either, causing the relationship to fizzle out in 2021. Since then, Liam has given up on dating altogether. He has also drifted apart from some friends and acquaintances, possibly due to COVID, or simply the passage of time. Many of his peers are now focused on their own families, making it challenging to maintain those friendships. Over the past few years, Liam has had a handful of brief encounters with Sophia, exchanging superficial pleasantries about each other's well-being. He learned of her father's passing due to COVID and expressed his condolences, acknowledging how much Robert loved her. Sophia also mentioned she was dating a new guy, but Liam didn't pry for details. Last night, Sophia stayed over at Liam's place because he was too sick to take care of himself. Although nothing intimate happened between them, Liam suspects that Sophia wants to discuss the possibility of getting back together. He admits that all the attention, home-cooked meals, and loving gestures are starting to feel incredible. It's been a long time since Liam has felt this good about himself. Liam keeps thinking that many of their past relationship problems stemmed from her father's treatment of him, so perhaps they could try again and have a better outcome this time. However, he recognizes the need to distance himself from Sophia for a few days to gain some clarity. Liam reaches out for advice or anyone willing to help him process his thoughts and feelings about this situation. In Update 3, Liam shares the mixed results of his conversation with Sophia. She came over on Saturday to discuss their relationship, what they both wanted, and what went wrong. Sophia asked to speak first, and Liam regrets not insisting on sharing his perspective first. Sophia's focus was on her relationship with her entire family, emphasizing her father's importance and everyone's involvement in her marriage to Liam. She apologized for allowing her family, especially her father, to meddle in their relationship. What hurt Liam deeply was when Sophia mentioned that her ex-boyfriend never wanted to be around her family and hated attending family events or even simple dinners. She said that's when she realized how much easier Liam had made things for her during their marriage. Liam found this incredibly hurtful because he distinctly recalls expressing to Sophia, in numerous ways and on many occasions, even before her mother's passing, that he was fine with her family's involvement, but needed her to maintain some boundaries between their relationship and her father specifically. Sophia then revealed that at one point, her father said something nasty about her ex-boyfriend, after which he refused to be in the same room as Robert. Liam told Sophia that her ex was justified in his reaction. He reminded her of the time when, after 5 years together, her father told Liam he wouldn't give his blessing for Liam to propose. Hearing Sophia say that witnessing her family's behavior towards her boyfriend made her realize how toxic they can be was extremely painful for Liam. It felt like his own feelings and experiences were dismissed or deemed insufficient to prompt change, while her ex's reaction was an eye-opening revelation for her. The conversation left Liam with mixed emotions. On one hand, Sophia seemed to be acknowledging the problematic dynamics with her family and expressing regret for not setting better boundaries. This could potentially lay the groundwork for a healthier relationship if they were to reconcile. On the other hand, Liam is understandably hurt that it took Sophia seeing her family mistreat someone else for her to validate Liam's long-standing concerns. It may feel like too little, too late after the pain Liam endured during their marriage. Liam now faces a difficult decision about whether to give their relationship another chance or prioritize his own healing and move forward independently. He will need to weigh the depth of their connection and the potential for growth against the risk of falling back into toxic patterns and unresolved wounds. Seeking the guidance of a therapist or trusted confidant may help Liam gain clarity and make a choice that aligns with his well-being and long-term goals. Regardless of his decision, it's crucial that Liam continues to value and advocate for himself, setting clear expectations and boundaries in any future romantic endeavors. Don't make a move soon enough. She seems to be in a vulnerable place right now, and I don't want to miss this opportunity to reconnect. At the same time, I recognize that we both need to heal and grow as individuals before we can build a healthy relationship together. When I expressed my hurt over her dismissal of my feelings about her father, Sophia had tears in her eyes. She apologized profusely, explaining that she was young and inexperienced at first, and then after her mother's death, she was terrified of losing her father, too. Anything I said about him became difficult for her to hear. I reminded her of a specific incident when we were hosting a family dinner and her father insulted my cooking. Even when I brought it up to her and her sister, who agreed with me, Sophia refused to listen. Our conversation ended up revolving around her father for nearly 2 hours. I think Sophia needed to unburden herself emotionally, but it left me drained and unable to continue the discussion. I regret not speaking first, as I had wanted to address our intimacy issues as well. While preparing lunch together, Sophia reminisced about how much she missed cooking with me and spending time together. She mentioned enjoying our road trips after getting married, a luxury we had more of when we were still students but diminished once we started working and managing a household. After lunch, I was too exhausted to continue our conversation, so we simply coexisted in each other's presence for a bit. We did discuss what not to expect if we started dating again. I expressed my desire to talk about our bedroom problems, but perhaps not immediately. Sophia apologized for being a selfish lover and not attending to my needs in our marriage. She suggested seeing a relationship counselor together and individually to improve our dating life, which I think is a good idea. Having a mediator could help me communicate my perspective to her more effectively, as she tends to talk over me or agree without fully hearing me out. Overall, I believe yesterday's conversation was productive. I want to ask Sophia out on a date for Tuesday or Wednesday. She went back to her place last night, and I deeply missed her presence. I'm not sure if that's a positive sign or a reflection of my own loneliness. During her visit, Sophia received a call from one of her siblings and mentioned me by name. Although I wasn't eavesdropping, my ears perked up at the sound of my name. I wonder if that's a good sign, or if I'm just desperate for any positive indication. Sophia wanted to come over today, but I told her I'm feeling much better and don't need her to cook for me. I spent the morning looking through our old photos together, reminiscing about the person she used to be. I feel like I caught a glimpse of that person in her yesterday. Am I wrong for wanting to start something so quickly? I know I said I would wait, but waiting for the sake of it seems pointless. I do want to take things slowly, as I hope we can find a relationship counselor soon. However, I'm afraid of losing her if I don't act soon enough. Offer helpful resources. However, many of the comments were unnecessarily hostile and accusatory towards both me and my ex-wife. I understand that people have their opinions, but it is important to remember that these posts only provide insight into our complex life and relationship. It is unfair and counterproductive to make sweeping judgments or attacks based on limited information. I want to make it clear that my ex-wife and I are not perfect, but we are sincerely trying to work on ourselves and deal with the difficult situation with care and maturity. Therapy has been incredibly valuable in helping us communicate more effectively and understand each other's perspectives. It is not an easy process, but we are committed to personal growth and building a healthier foundation, whether as a couple or as individuals. Regarding my ex-wife's previous relationship, I want to emphasize that she was in an abusive situation and turned to me as a trusted friend for support. We did not engage in any inappropriate behavior while she was with her ex-boyfriend. It is very important to approach such situations with compassion and understanding, not with judgment or speculation. As for my late father-in-law, I may not have conveyed his character in our relationship as clearly as I wanted to, given that English is not my first language. Although he had a difficult life and was difficult to get along with, he was not racist. He struggled in his own way, but he worked hard to provide a better life for his family. He may have had problems with the husbands of all his daughters, but I believe that his love for me was sincere, even if I was not his favorite. My late mother-in-law's love for me certainly also influenced his views. I appreciate the care and advice of the many people who have reached out to me, especially those who have shared helpful resources or personal experiences. Joining a small playgroup has been a positive step in combating my loneliness and connecting with kind, supportive people. I am grateful for the well wishes and encouragement I received, as they contributed to my newfound optimism about the future. Looking ahead, I ask readers to refrain from making prejudiced or harsh comments about my late father-in-law, my ex-wife, or our relationship. We are all human beings trying to cope with difficult circumstances to the best of our abilities. We always welcome constructive feedback and resources, but please approach our story with compassion and respect for the complexity of the human experience. Despite the difficulties, I am cautiously hopeful about the future. My ex-wife and I are committed to personal growth and effective communication, whether we eventually reconcile or go our separate ways. I am learning to prioritize my well-being and develop meaningful connections outside of this relationship. With the support of therapy, friends, and the kind people I've met on this platform, I am slowly but surely building a more positive and fulfilling life. I appreciate you taking the time to respond to the comments and messages.